Hi guys. Guess what today is? It's Traveling Tuesday, Traveling Tuesday. So once again, gardening with Brother Nature. So we're back in the greenhouse. And I show what the plant babies are all doing today. I'm going to talk a little bit more about survival gardens. But let's just look around the plant babies. Look at everybody. Everyone's growing. Nice avocado. Remember the other video, avocado? This is what it's going to look like. There's the pineapple. All right. Sema, doing great. Some rice is coming up. Then over here you have banana plants. And look at this lushness. Absolute lushness. So we're gonna harvest some of this stuff today. It needs to be harvested. All right, plant babies. Look over here at these plant babies. Plant babies everywhere. So, earlier today, I talked about survivor gardens, what I would have in my survival gardens, right? I talked about beets. They mentioned Swiss chards, the greens, like over here, even broccoli. Over here, I have some red Swiss chard growing, right? Down here, broccoli's coming up. Over here, some spinach is coming up. Look at these guys. They are just popping. Even some eggplant. Look at these babies. All right. Those would go in my garden. Even tomatoes. Look, I even have tomatoes, guys. Tomatoes. Tomatoes are growing. Got those tomatoes. But one thing you actually look out in the wild if you wanted to. I'm not saying you do it, but you can look at the different kinds of greens that grow in the wild. So there's a thing called lamb's quarters, goosefoot. And sometimes people get it mixed up. Sometimes people talk about the same thing. But I'm going to show you three different kinds. Three different kinds that we have here growing in the wild. So the goosefoot, the original goosefoot, looks like a goose's foot. If you look at this one, you see that? Goosefoot, the original. Then you have the lamb's ears or lamb's quarters, which is this one right here. Look at that. The shape of the leaves look like lamb's ears, right? Then you have one that has like a red top, red at the top of it. Same thing. Look at that. These plants right here, they grow wild in Ontario, actually. Well, I see them all the time. And they are edible. You can eat them. I remember my grandmother going out and picking lamb's quarter and goosefoot and just making it as greens. You can also look at planting sunchoke or sunroot, or people known as Jerusalem artichoke. It's not from Jerusalem and it's not an artichoke. It's part of the sunflower family and it's native to the Americas. So I have some growing over here in these buckets right here. Can you see where my fingers are? Right there. That's them growing. So as I pull one out, this one right here wants to come out. Little tubers like this. See it's starting to sprout? Because now it's sprouting time. The thing about these plants is that you can only eat them from November to, I'd say, the middle of March. That's when they're best eaten. From the middle of March to November, they're poisonous because they're growing. But you want them to have a really, really good frost on them, get a really good taste. And one thing about these you need to know is that if you don't cook them properly, you'll get a lot of gas. So ferment them. Make a coleslaw out of it. Put lemon juice on it. Ferment it. That'll take away all that gas. The other survival food I talked about was potatoes. Remember last week the potatoes we had? See them now? What I'm gonna do today, I'm just gonna mound them up. Get that out of the way. That's just for these containers up here. That can go over there. There we go. We're just gonna mound this up. A little mound on here. Keep the potatoes going. Look at these ones. Look at that. All right. So that is part of my survival gardens. Like I said, also you know there's beets growing down here. There's some leeks growing. It's all about keeping you alive. At the same time, keeping your money where it needs to be. Because we are in a times where our money needs to go to either rent, right now to food, take care of your families or yourselves. So you got to keep your money where it needs to go properly. If you don't, you spend it on all the food that you can actually grow yourself, you're going to not have a lot of money. So grow your own food. Why not? Think about it. It's lots of fun. Lots and lots of fun. I mean, I have fun. This is what you get. Oh, I forgot to tell you. There's also I have citrus trees in my greenhouse. Not everyone can have them in a house because it needs a lot of sun, but I have a greenhouse here, so I can have them in there. All right, let's look around one more time. All the plant babies. Everyone's doing fine. All right, just having fun with this. See you guys later. Ciao.